Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Homebrew Chat with me, Shark Homebrewing, and Rob Ramhall Backroom Brewery. It's I think our 11th installment. Can't believe it. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it includes all of our other lot kind of lives that been too. So,
wow, that's been going. It's been great though.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been fun. Like I said, there's never-ending topics. I mean, there's some of the topics we're doing today are brand new to me and kind of the future of home brewing.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and it's always focused, which is great.
Yeah. So obviously we're doing it at a later time. So because we have a beer that we're gonna drink while we're at and about. So obviously Rob kind of spoiled it. So we'll go ahead and it's the Samuel Smith's winter welcome. I believe you've done a review on it. You've done a review on it on your channel.
Was it last month? Oh, yeah, I think it's December. Mm-hmm. I did it as one of the Christmas crackers. Samuel Smith's Winter Warm.
Yeah. So we're doing an introduction. So
breaking up a little bit then.
You're kind of breaking up here and there. So, but
I'll just check kids are not on their Xboxes.
Uh-oh.
We'll carry on.
Yeah, you were fine. You didn't cut out that much. So it could be weather related. So So obviously it looks like you've done a homebrew finally recently.
Yeah. Since our last live, I've done two homebrews did it over the festive. I had some time off work. I was going to North Wales, and I had some time, and I thought, okay, let's plan a brew day. And eventually, on New Year's Eve, I brewed my Dunkelweiss, which I called Dunkel Albert after Uncle Albert from Only Fools and Horses in the UK. And that's 2 weeks now. Tomorrow, that's been in the fermenter. And then I brewed last Sunday, which I was hoping would have been a double IPA, but in my beersmith, I did all my recipe in there, measured the gravity yesterday, thought 1018. What's this shooting at now? So I measured it at 9.3%. So that's no longer a double IPA. And the problem being that Beersmith had my yeast down to 68% attenuation.
Oh, jeez.
I've gotten 79% attenuation. So there was a in the recipe. So I'm brewing again tomorrow. I'm actually rebrewing that recipe because I wanted a double IPA. I'm going to have a triple. It's going to be fine, but I just want that double IPA. I don't want to, triple IPA.
You're going to have a
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've got an engine.
Yeah,
I've got the classic dimple.
Okay. Yeah, I got a kind of over in a tulip, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I keep looking for those here. Of course, I'm looking for somewhere in here I can get it now. I haven't looked on Amazon. I order from Amazon and get one of those. Of course.
Yeah.
As any other brewing and beer, people like beer, they got cupboard, cabinet, whatever you want to call it, full of glasses. Like
that's it.
And you go like, oh, I haven't seen that glass for ever. I want to use that one now.
That's right. I go through phases of using a certain glass, and then I forget, and then go and look in the cupboard and go, I'll use that one now. It's just go through this phase. But the problem with me is that every time I go to a brewery or something, I end up buying their glass. I'm like, I've got no room for glasses. Just crazy.
I've been good lately in not doing that. It's like, I gotta stay away from brewing. I mean, not buying those glasses. Like, I have no room for them. And that's really unique. I mean, this was the last glass that I bought, kind of thing. And I didn't need it because I got a lot of these, but obviously I went for the Sierra Nevada
Yeah, of course.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And right now I'm going to use it as a.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Purpose.
Multi-purpose is a dumb thing. So let's get this thing. Let's get this thing open up so we can start enjoying it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 6%.
6%. Yeah.
Is yours a 550?
Yeah, mine's 500.
Is it 550?
Mine's 550. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they have. They did have a 300, 330, whatever, a 6-pack. I go like, yeah, I'm getting the big one.
Yeah.
But I use these glasses kind of get more for the aroma. I mean, it's not really tight at the top, but it's close enough.
Yeah. I'm just going for tradition.
Yeah. And my glass is actually pretty clean. Oh, darn. Oh, nope. There we go. That's clean.
There we
go. I got that. Yeah, that real amber copper.
Yeah,
color to it. Yeah,
really,
mine's a little bit showing up a little bit better, even though I got the back. You can see the background. The background. But no, that looks. You would think spice beer. I mean, it is a winter warmer. You would think it would be a little bit cloudier because of all the adjuncts and all that kind of thing. But because obviously my winter warmer. Oh, it's kind of funny because it's got that color. Mine's more brown.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's mine more brown.
And what yours is a lot higher percentage, though, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's a 7. I think it's gonna be 7 or maybe 8. 7, high 7, mid 7.
Yeah.
This is my first gravity reading.
Okay.
So I'm a weekend with mine because I was brewing when you were doing your beer review, live beer review.
Yeah. Well, you chucked spices into yours, didn't you?
Yeah. I put nutmeg. Oh, I have it right here. Nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, and allspice.
Yeah, yeah. And with that gravity reading now, are you picking it up?
I haven't done it yet. I wanted to settle, get all the junk out of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting more. I'm kind of getting the cinnamon, maybe the nutmeg. I'm surprised I'm not getting the ginger.
Have you aimed for a subtle aroma though?
Yeah, I didn't put that much in.
Yeah, yeah.
I probably put for our small batches, I probably put a heaping quarter teaspoon. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
And that was by I think with 1 minute left in the boil. I mean, it was like very late.
Yeah.
Addition because a lot of it because I have a funnel that I stream the hops out, which you kind of saw. And basically, it'll pull some of the spices out because the screen is really small, so it'll pull some of the spices out of it, which is fine.
Yeah, yeah. So so it's filtered them out at the point of going into the.
Because basically, it came out to be a 1072, and it's probably maybe I'll have to read later. It's guessing Beersmith is guessing 1018, so it's probably 7.3, 7. I mean.
Yeah, yeah. As long as your yeast attenuation is right. I just couldn't believe it. Verdant ale yeast is because I checked. Obviously, yesterday when I thought there's definitely a problem here, and when I realised what it was in Beersmith, and I went to Lallemand, and they're saying that the verdant yeast is like 78 to 82% attenuation. And for some reason, Beersmith had it as 68%. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Beersmith, I'm starting to. Me and Beerman kind of talked about it here once in a while. It's like Beersmith is not 100% accurate on some of these numbers. You almost have to go. And I've even gone in and like edited it, and it's like, okay, that's gonna change. I did the some of the grains. Like I got grains like, it says 4 level bond, and I thought, well, no, mine's actually 2, so I put the 2, but the SRM, the color still didn't
Yeah.
change. Well, it should have went down. Should have been a lighter beer or darker. I mean, kind of. It should have adjusted. It never did. I'm like, okay, is Beersmith ignoring my change? So do I need to go into the profile and change it there, and then kind of re-add it in again to kind of make that adjustment?
Yeah, yeah. I find myself adding a lot of ingredients and grains, and then putting in what I'm getting, because, like say, Beersmith, sometimes a way I can build a recipe, and the numbers I'm like, and I go and change then some of my specialty malts to non-fermentable, and it sort of gets to that better target.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to reach, sort of thing as well. There is a lot, but I totally didn't think about the yeast last week when I did it. Just didn't think.
No, because you would think that would be more accurate.
Yeah.
Kind of things. Yeah, I mean, never even thought about the attenuation screwing the numbers up. Didn't even think.
Well, my OG, I'm aiming for an 8.2% beer, and my OG was 1089, and I didn't think, because it said it's going to end about 1027. So I thought, okay, it's going to be quite a bit of body and it was saying 8.4%. And then when I came to it, it was like 9.108. What's gone on? What have I done? And
oh, geez.
Check the yeast out, and it was saying 68. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So
that'd be interesting when you brew it again, if it does it correctly, or are you going to be going again? You're like, okay, the second batch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or is it going to be something in the middle of what you did prior and what you wanted is going to be somewhere in the middle, which can happen. That can happen. That probably could be more doable. Yeah.
Well, my original gravity now target has come down to, I think it's 1079. I think it is around there. So that's more in line. And the actual finishing gravity should be 1018, which the beer I've just thingied it is 108. So it's going to be interesting. But the thing is, I harvested the yeast yesterday from that trip. So I'm going to use that tomorrow as my yeast. I've already got it in a flask, ready to go, and that's done. It's looking really good, smells really good, tastes really good. So I'm like,
especially the same beer. It's just good.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be kicking off my new beer tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see. But hey ho, it's a mistake, but it wasn't a bad mistake. It could have been worse. Could have had a sour beer or something, an infection.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Evening, Luke.
Yeah. So, anyways, kind of. I mean, what are your first impressions of? I mean, it's kind of.
Wow.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of interesting because I got a multi kind of. I'm probably getting a little bit of the spices. It's kind of they're subdued.
I don't get any spice whatsoever.
I'm probably tasting one of them more. I mean, I'm
getting full on toffee.
Yeah.
Slight licorice, and it's obviously really malty.
Yeah, I'm barely picking up any of the licorice. Just even kind of it could be that or it could be that kind of.
Yeah, I'm getting
still a good beer, but it's not what you would.
It's a lovely beer. For some reason with this beer, I don't know if you remember. I mean, I obviously don't have them now, but as a kid, I remember having toffee apples at bonfire night, and the actual toffee part around the apple is what I'm tasting in that beer. Really is. It's like that bonfire night toffee apple.
Yeah. I mean, for like I said, 6%, because it's kind of funny. The bottle says full body, and I wouldn't say it's full body.
No, I wouldn't say full body. It's medium to light, if I'm being honest.
It's very easy to
drink though. It's like before you know it, you've gone through it because it feels quite, even though it's quite a malty beer, it feels quite refreshing as well on the palate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah. So while we're sipping, basically our topic conversations are roughly, basically there's new judging out there, and but basically we can talk a lot about competitions in a sense.
yeah.
So basically we're going to talk about the new judging, which basically I don't know if you have it over there or over here. It's called e-judging. So when you send it to legit competitions, usually they have a paper, they fill out everything on the paper. Well, now they are trying to push what's called e-judging. So everything is on a computer, it's electronic.
Yeah.
So because obviously I don't know if you do it over there or over here, well, you can get judges that can't write, and their writing is so bad, you're going like, what are you saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So so they'll clean that up. So obviously they have to type it in. You actually will get your competition results back quicker. So if there's anything that is like, oh, it's whatever kind of thing they say it's wrong. Oh, I know that. Okay, I can fix that. Well, you can do that for your next beer instead of waiting 2-3 beers down the road, kind of thing. So everything's gonna be quicker, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because once the competition's over, maybe a week later, boom, you got your the judge. They'll send you your competition notes or judging kind of thing. So instead of waiting a month.
Yeah. Kind of yeah. No, that sounds really good because obviously I've entered a few competitions and you always get we get like a what do you call it when like a PDF of the actual
scan copy, yeah,
scan copy, and like you say, what does that say? And they're right, and you don't know what they're saying, and you get it really like say like a month later or something, and you think I think that's quite good. Is it me else? It's near Sharky's beer bottle.
No, this is Samuel Smith's winter welcome, not my homebrew. But so that was interesting for the judging, which I go, okay, that makes it nice, kind of like that way you get your responses quicker and they're more legible. Yeah, I mean the format's still gonna be the same, but it's gonna be more user friendly. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because because in the UK you're sort of relying on people to collect that data, then send that data. Well, if it's electronic, it's pretty much instant, isn't it? It's logged.
Yeah.
And it's in. And if you was an entrant, maybe in the future you would be able to log in and just have a look at your results sort of from the competition.
Well, you probably would. I think from what the article I was reading, that you would basically once you get them, you download them.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because I think eventually they will. So you got to still got to be on it. Like, oh, okay, they're out. Okay, go grab it, read it, and kind of thing.
Yeah, it's always interesting. It's always interesting to see how they've marked you to style as well.
Yeah, like I said, and I think it's more. They also said too, it's going to be a little bit more accountable, kind of thing, because you can go and say, well, this judge basically is as blah blah blah. I mean, it's not very good judging on this style, or they got issues. Like, okay, do we really want them as a judge? I mean, that information is going to be there's more information to be used by everybody.
Kind of thing. I suppose one of the worst things is if you get a judge who's not into the style of beer they're judging, and straight away they're biased and going, I'm not going to enjoy this. So straight away, this is just not my beer, and that does happen, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I every once in a while, I'm going like, because you can read the comments. Sometimes you can kind of go like, yeah, it's just not your cup of tea. You didn't know very much about it, but it's a small category, so they had to throw somebody from another area. Say, hey, you need to judge this over here.
Yeah. The crack a homebrew and go, this has got an infection. Who can we get to judge this one?
Yeah.
Who don't we like?
But so that's kind of interesting about the competition kind of aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was kind of curious if you, over there, you might want to. Yeah, you might want to talk with say, hey, I was talking to the American, kind of, hey,
Yeah,
they got this over here. It might be there, just nobody's really used it yet, or they're just kind of waiting for
yeah.
for
Because
us.
I'm entering a regional one again soon.
Mhm.
Actually, tomorrow's a cut off to put your interest in. So I've put my interest in
Yeah,
2
yeah,
categories, and it's going to be judged in March. So I've got to brew that. But that's
yeah.
all paper. And also, it's interesting because I was judging at my local homebrew comp on Tuesday, just
Mhm.
gone. Red IPAs, and I was judging, and it was really good. And one of the judges there is in the UK. You have Camera, and he's a judge, and
Okay.
and he was saying that the one that's regional to me, they actually don't go to BJCP guidelines. They just
Oh wow.
literally. So you're entering a brown ale. They're just going to go, and they're just scoring it on whether they like it, sort of thing. It's not color or anything like that. It's like, oh, so it's a bit like what? So I can,
Yeah, I mean, that's, that I'm fine with that, but it's got to be a small percentage of the total number.
it's got to be.
Like
It's
a be
got
like
to
a
be.
percent or a percent or two. It can't just like I mean yeah, that's how I would be. I'm going to see I ain't internet no more.
Yeah,
Or you gonna find out who's judging because okay, what beer do they like? Because but then again,
exactly.
it's but then it's a bias thing. They're still
Yeah,
gonna okay if it's an IPA, they're still going. I love I'm an IPA person, blah blah blah. Well, they're still either gonna love it or hate it. You know, like
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. The saving grace with it is if you win any of the because basically you enter. There's a category for milds and bitters. That's one. There's a
Mm-hmm.
category for session IPAs and pale ales. There's a category for IPAs, one for stouts. But each category has a brewery, which the winner of that category is going to
Yeah,
brew that beer at that brewery. So their brewers are there. So hopefully that's where the common sense will be coming in.
yeah,
It's not a case of, oh, this is fantastic. And then the brewer's like, really? We've got to brew this? Nah.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I because I saw an announcement for another competition here, and I don't know if you have it over there. Is that they will work with it's a homebrew shop competition, and what they do is they collab with a local brewery. And that local brewery will kind of give them the basic recipe. They're not gonna, obviously going to give them all the
Um,
secrets, but they give. And so basically, what they'll do is the homebrew shop will make a kit out of it, and you basically go and pick it up, buy it, do your entry, and brew that beer. So
okay.
it's wherever. So I
That's
don't know if
interesting
you. So
because
yeah,
then you've all got the same recipe. So it depends on your skill.
yeah,
Okay. That's really interesting.
yeah, yeah. So obviously, to me, as I was like, that's like okay. Now, if you're like a new home brewer, kind of like get into it, it's like if you want to hone your skills and all that, I think those are one of those kind of competitions you want to enter because like okay, here's everything you got. This is basically the recipe and all that you need to
Yeah.
follow. And boom, shoot. Then they'll say, okay, yeah, your fermentation's going to be is off or whatever. I mean, kind of
Yeah.
thing, which I
Yeah.
think would be a very good,
Yeah.
would be a very
Yeah.
good tool.
Yeah. It's good. It is good because you're all in the same, you're all starting off with the same, and then you're all going to come
Mm-hmm.
together. And if you do that, it might be a good idea for my homebrew club to think of something like this because then you all come together, tasting the same recipe, but brewed by different people. And like you say, fermentation temperatures, oxygen in the beer, possibly. It's a good one. It really is. No coffee time for 2 weeks to let me get them. No coffee time for 2 weeks to let me get them done. Editing is the right bit.
Don't tell that to Rob.
God, that's swagger Rob.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So that'd be the other thing too. If you know, if you're well known with the local brewers, is hey, can we do a little competition? Because you have
Yeah,
to well, you have to go with the brewery because even with this competition with the brewery, they're supplying the hops.
wow, wow.
So that, yeah, so I said so basically the only thing that's going to be probably could be different is going to be the green bill.
Yeah,
So the hops are they literally set aside. I mean, there's only is a limited amount of entries because they're only going to supply so many.
Yeah.
something hot. I mean, the weight of hops kind of thing. And I don't remember what size. Like for me, I'm going like, yeah, I can't brew a 5-gallon batch.
Yeah. 19 liters or something. Yeah.
I said, can I scale it? I mean, also you're only turning in 2 or 3 bottles. It's like, I'm going, can we
Yeah.
scale this down?
Yeah. What
But
about yeast? That's obviously a big factor.
no, no, it was just the hops.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's a well-known like US 05, 04 kind of. I mean, it's a one of those kind of yeast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or basic. It's gonna be the skill of the brewer. Is like, okay, which yeast? Here's the beer. What yeast are you gonna use to make this beer pop? Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Maybe that. So
Yeah.
I think that's part of the skill.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Really, really, I like the idea. Really
Yeah.
do.
So it's kind of a good segue of creating a beer kind of thing. It's like you're using your skills to create a beer. Well, if you have no skills, let AI do it for you.
Yeah.
Because that is obviously kind of, it's probably been out for a little while. But it's kind of starting to reach levels where we're starting to talk about. So AI basically is out there creating the recipe. That's all it's doing. Obviously, then it's up to the breweries or whatever to brew the beer and whatnot.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's kind of interesting that your creativity is being reliant on a computer.
Yeah. Is it chapped something?
Yeah,
Create
yeah,
something like I sort of I had a play with it on. Well, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday this week because I knew we was gonna have a chat, and I just input
yeah.
and put like, build me a recipe for a, I can't remember what beer to put in, and it's like you say, it builds a recipe, but when you look at that recipe, you think, wait a minute, it was one of them was it was giving me something like 450 grams of oats. I put in New England IPA, and it was going 450 grams of oats and 750 grams of pale malt. I'm like, well, that's just going to be a mess of a beer, So it tries, but if you sort of got an idea of how a recipe should be built, you're thinking it's a little bit out, and it does. It gives you sort of guidelines. You need to mash, but it doesn't give you temperatures. It doesn't give you like it says 60 minutes in it, so it doesn't tell you everything as such. It just gives you very brief details. I don't know if it's more advanced AIs out. There probably is more advanced AIs, but I just thought I'm going to have a little play and see what it does. And I thought, no way am I using like 45% oats in a beer.
No. Well, as I said, that's basically it's how I think it's the parameters that you set up for it. It's if you don't know what you're doing and you say to do this, yeah, it's going to give you something way out of whack, and also going to go like, yeah, no, kind of thing. I mean, to me, I don't mind using AI if you're just like, okay, I'm having a creative struggles. What I want a beer with ball X kind of thing, and so what does it say to use for X kind of thing? It's like, oh, okay, either I'll go with that, or no, actually this will be better.
Yeah.
Instead, kind of thing. I don't mind using it as a tool, but I mean, but people, that's what I think. What the brewers are using it for is they're trying to get that very unique beer that like, oh, it's gonna say, hey, it's gonna be everybody's gonna talk about it, kind of thing.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I may just do it as an experiment. I think Martin Keane did something on one of his videos where he got AI to create a beer, and I think Mean Brews did a beer.
Yeah,
and I think he brewed both of them. I can't remember what style it was, and put them up against each other, sort of thing. So it was like, can AI brew a beer, sort of thing. Why does everyone make food cold and beer warmer?
Oh, jeez.
Luke. Evening, Mark. Sorry, I didn't see you coming in there. Sunset.
Yeah. So yeah. So this is. I mean, it's obviously warming up a little bit. It's kind of changing a little bit. I mean, it's not much.
That's good.
I mean, I think what we were tasting before. I think it's just we're getting more of that. Really.
Yeah. As I say, it's warmed up in the glass. It's definitely bringing out more.
Yeah.
It's just a big malt bomb, isn't it, of a beer?
Yeah. Well, and like I said, they use Fuggles and Golding, so it's going to give you that earthy, which I'm going yeah, it's there. That's there, definitely.
Yeah, slight floral note, but
yeah,
definitely lots of malt, sweet malt.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Very bitterness.
Yeah, and I know it's a seasonal beer and it's limit. Well, I think with the limited amount they brew, but I don't know if they change the recipe year to year or if it's just a standard recipe.
Yeah, I don't know because it does say it, doesn't it? 2023, 2024 at the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting, and I think I don't think if Slurpy Dave was in the chat, he'd tell us. But I think Samuel Smiths only do their bitter in cask, and at Christmas or near Christmas they do Stingo in cask.
Okay.
Everything else is bottled beers or keg. You know,
keg.
Like the stouts on keg and stuff. The only cask beer I think is bitter because I think this would be great on cask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Mark's any idea on that, or Luke.
Yeah,
Luke's knowledgeable on that.
I'm surprised for an old brewery like that. You would think they would do more cask.
Yeah, one of the oldest brewery in Yorkshire.
Yeah,
no, that's what they state. But yeah,
or do the combination of everything kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's a nice beer. It's a nice beer.
Yeah. So no, I'm not. So yeah, obviously, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, but it's still, I'm gonna keep buying it year to year. So it's not like it's like, I'll never buy this again. No, it's So
if you're looking for a hoppy beer, it's not this.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I know it's like one of those like, maybe if I had a beer before, kind of get the system going, and then now have this, and going like, okay, yeah, kind of warm up everything up. But
it's brewed with Yorkshire Stones as well.
Okay.
Brewed within it, they call it the Yorkshire Stone. It's a brewing fermentation vessel. I think it might say something about that on the back, possibly brewed. But so going back to the AI stuff, it's interesting. It really is interesting, and it does make you wonder whether more craft breweries will they bring out, like, to me, local, will Sure Shot or Cloudwater or Track bring out a beer and they'll call it the AI or something, and it's a recipe? Will they take the risk, or would they do AI and go, no, we're going to adjust that?
I said, depends what you're going after. I mean, if you got somebody came up to you and says, I got 1 billion kilos of said fruit kind of thing. It's like, I never used that before kind of thing. It's like, okay, like, I don't know what's about. I mean, obviously you're going to look it up kind of like, well, it's this kind of thing. Like, well, AI, what can brew me a beer with this? But I think it will probably maybe you won't know until after the fact, because I think they'll do it, brew it, and if it's bad, they might say something. Oh yeah, this is AI to prove a point, or if it's great, they're going like, yeah, maybe AI used this or not, or we're just that smart and great. I think you have to be. It's one of those you're never really going to know unless they come out. They actually come out and say it. Which, why? Why? All this beer was brewed with AI. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. They're professionals. They're skilled craftspeople, And
Yeah.
I'm just a home brewer. And when I did that recipe, I was like, nah, they're going to know straight away, go, no way, not doing that. Not, not putting 45% oats in and 55 malt and getting beer.
Well, basically, what would be interesting is like, okay, I'm sitting at my desk, I'm using AI to create my recipe, and I says, okay, now send to the automated brewery. It goes like, okay, you want this amount of this grain to the chute. Oh, yeah, you want this amount of this grain. I mean, basically, everything's all automated. So there's no physical person touching anything. It's all going through a machine from beginning to the end. Then all of a sudden it says, okay, hey, it's ready. You go there and okay, yeah, it's good. Send package. I mean, I'm to be honest, I'm sure there's the big guys have somewhat automated process. I mean, obviously you got the boards and they can watch, they can control the pumps at the board kind of thing. But I mean, you don't even need that. You just somebody sits at the desk and all the screens are green lights. Okay, everything's doing good. You just kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised the big guys have something, but I mean, but they still have employees out there doing things, but we just have one person doing it all that way.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting to see. Okay, is that future?
It would be really interesting to see. Yeah, exactly. But like you said, I think that the brewers they get the recipe, and I think they go, no, we're not doing this. We've got these. They can build themselves.
Yeah. Well, basically, I think you almost would use AI as where in the process would I use that? Like, okay, now fine tune it, kind of like that'd be more of that kind of tools. Like, where would I want? Of course, the computer's not gonna, AI is not gonna know everybody's taste buds. Like, well, it's
exactly. Yeah. And I don't know how AI works, especially the one I use. Are they just pulling information from what's already on the internet? You put in, can you build me a hazy IPA recipe? And they go, searching the internet. There you go. There's an hazy IPA recipe. What I was asking it to do was build it to certain sizes as well. So I said a 5-liter batch, and it came back and it came back with something like you need to mash in 1 liter and add 4 point something liters to your sparge. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to end
up all the way around.
You're going to end up about 3 liters after the boil then or something. I'm like, so yeah, obviously a lot of messing around with it. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah. As I said, I'd be the only two is like, okay, the brewers that have used AI just to mess with what have they done? Did they just type it in like you did, or they go and say, okay, here's all my parameters? I mean, they long list of parameters. Then okay, now I want to input the data. Now we'll see what it spits out. Because to me, like you're saying, I'm going like it's backwards.
Yeah. It's like it was all like I say, the amount of oats in one recipe is like, where have you pulled this from? It just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But someone could just, someone new to all grain homebrewing might go, I'll just put it in, and then they go, okay, AI told me, and they go out and they get this stuff, and then it's like the beer doesn't taste,
Oh yeah. Well, obviously, if you're new to home brewing, basically you would be buying kits and like, okay, buy this kit, brew it. Okay, now I want to fine tune it. I want to add whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but then they go straight to AI. I'd be like somebody just drinking beer and says, "No, what? I want to be a master. I want to be a master brewer at a big brewery. I'm gonna work for Budweiser and brew other beers, even though I have no skills or whatever."
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Evening, Mark. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? It's just really interesting, but it'd be. Yeah, I mean, AI.
It's beginning stages of it. I said, stay tuned, kind of thing. I think I said there's going to be something out there that says, okay, here you're going to see probably releases of whatever on the side. Say, okay, use this.
Yeah.
And now do what you want to do and your whatever kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I'll play around with it a little bit more, ask it a few more questions, and maybe ask, I've got these hops. What beer would you design? Ask that sort of questions. Maybe just throw in with SARS hops. I bet it comes up with a Pilsner, something.
Yeah. No, it'll come out with the brown ale with the SARS. It going out with brown ale. Like, no.
Put SARS and you go, well, that would make a nice, refreshing New England IPA. So yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, something we can just we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on AI and homebrewing and beer.
So here's basically kind of moving on to that mastering. I'm going to call it the skill of brewing. So we got a semi-pro here, and we need to enter him into the Master Home Brewer program.
The Master Home Brewer.
And this is, I read a little bit this morning on one. I went, wow, it's actually a program for home brew clubs. It could be individuals too. And basically, what it is what you do is you join this program, and you brew. You're entering a lot of competitions. You are basically you're in this competition, and whatever points you get goes to your account. So if you accumulate so many points, your ranking changes from one thing to the other, kind of thing.
So league table.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what you're doing too is you're also brewing every style in the BJCP guidelines. So the more you do that, the more rewards, badges, kind of thing you get.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So there's also too is now they're going it's like you had a major competition. It says, you know what? All these people are going to enter into your competition. And they're like, oh, we only had 10 people. Now we got 100 people entering it in. Like, where are all these people coming in? Well, they think you're legit, and they're basically, I'm not saying they're not sabotaging it, but they're going after the rewards. So they're entering their great beer into your little competition, getting those. So now they're so you get these great brewers. Now you're going, it's like, oh, I'm going to be shoo-in to win this. Next thing you know, going, I came in last place. What? Kind of. So there's that little downfall of this little program.
Where did you get that from? Where have you picked up that? Is that from your magazine? Okay. So it's an American.
It's an American thing. So if you just Googled Master Home Brewer program, you would see everything. I didn't read the whole. I mean, so basically, that's of course I did. It's got tables of all these are the rankings. Whoops, wrong hand. These are all your rankings, and so basically all the scoring that you're doing here. I mean, so it's very. And then basically what they do is what they call it, what the circuit training is, that they go from they enter in every state that has a competition. So that basically whoever gets the highest points is the winner. So there's a competition within the competition, kind of thing.
Wow,
but basically but basically it'd be you getting all the award winners, throw them all in together and say, okay. So basically it makes you step up your game.
Yeah, and then you get the best of the best.
Yeah, you get the best of the best.
You're becoming a professional.
Oh, I think it's a kind of a you're basically you're almost ready to go open up your own brewery kind of thing, that level.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I'll put it that way, Mark. It's been we had talked to, I don't know. We didn't really talk about having that. I think we were aiming for this.
Yeah, we was either this or the brown was going to go for. I mean, I prefer the oatmeal stout over the chocolate stout, and that's just my personal taste because of I just think the oatmeal stout just does a lot more without adding the adjunct of chocolate. To be honest, I just think it's a lovely beer, but that's still a lovely beer, the chocolate stout.
Oh yeah, no, I think the only ones I'm kind of I think They had the banana. They had the banana bread one.
Banana bread from Sam Smith.
What the? Oh, it's a. Well, I want. Maybe I'm thinking of the other one. I'm trying to think if they had a weird beer. What? I'm trying to think what the yellow label is, but I think I had the two stouts. I'm thinking of Young's. I think.
Yeah, Youngs and Wells. I think is that right? Did
I think that's yeah. I think of that
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
It's the fruit ones. I have not tried the fruit ones.
See, Jolie loves the cherry one. She really likes the cherry. I mean, it's just a cherry forward. If you like cherries, then you're okay. I think there's like a strawberry lager, something like that, apricot lager.
I think there's like a raspberry. I want to say a raspberry, maybe a raspberry.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, they do some. Well, the beers in the bottles are superb. And like I say, I'm fortunate enough to have a Sam Smith not too far away, and they're okay on keg and cask as well. But just the pubs have got very strict rules. No phones, no music. It's all about if you're coming into the pub, you've got to talk. You can go in there and sit down and have a newspaper, but you can't go in there and start going on social media. You really don't want that.
Yeah.
I think I've got all mine in.
Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's that little program. I mean, I always tease you about being semi-pro and all that. So I saw that article, Master Rob, going, oh, that's Rob. Okay. And they also too with this program that they go, and a lot of people they want. Oh, I want to be part of that. I want my competition to be part of that. And so, what do I need to do to step my competition up, kind of thing? So you get some of these competitions like it'd be like the ones like, oh yeah, this is a great beer. Yeah, you won. Well, now you gotta go, kind of thing. Now you gotta say no. You gotta go down. Here's the guidelines of how you rate beers and kind of thing.
Yeah. I prefer that because if I'm going to brew a beer for a competition, I want to brew it to the guidelines as best I can. I want to stick with them, and I want to be judged on them guidelines. I don't want to be judged on, oh, this was a great beer. Here you go. Well, wait a minute.
Well, the only two you want too is I want the judges to be certified. I don't just want somebody, hey, come here. You want free beer? Come on, tell us what beer you like. Kind of. Judging kind of like I want somebody that knows like if you brew to that style is like okay you hit here, no, you're off here, you're kind of like, oh no, you're almost there, but blah, blah. A lot of times at the very end they'll say, well, you probably need to do this and this to kind of help you out because they're good. They'll give you hints of what how to brew. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but they'll give you hints.
Yeah, exactly. And like the brewers from the breweries as well who are part of the they are constructive, which is fantastic. They'll say, "Oh, this or this, or you could do this better," and that's what you want. That is what you want. You want constructive criticism, really. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the reason I'm going. If I win, great. But I want to like, okay, what am I? I think this is wrong. Now I'm going to sit to here. And if I can say feedback the same answer, like, okay, now I can fix that. Now, if I say it's this and they say, oh no, it's this, I'm going like, okay, why am I saying this and they're saying this kind of thing? Yeah. So helps you to learn. If not, you're gonna be going like, I'm just gonna brew it. Yeah, it's drinkable.
Yeah. You're never gonna look at your own processes or better yourself, or you've got. I think you've always got to be challenged to look at yourself. It's like my accident of beer yesterday.
Here we go.
Process. Oh, slip. There you go. There's a man with a knowledge. We're on the Sam Smith Slurpee. I was saying before, is it right that they only do the bitter in the cask?
Yeah. What beers are in the? Yeah. What beers are in the cask?
Yeah, I'm sure you said to me before they do. They have some on keg, but the cask is only a bitter, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
But you're always your biggest critic is yourself, isn't it? Every beer I brew, not quite right there, and I want to improve. And I've never brewed a beer and gone, this is amazing. I don't need to change anything. There's always something to change. Yeah, sometimes Stingo was right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's Mr. Know-it-all, or guessed right.
Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it? That, but
yeah,
a more brewery like Sam Smith's, but they do great beers.
Yeah.
So what's next? Have we?
So pretty much we hit all topics. So we're basically down to our last thoughts. And so anything. So basically, I just ordered me a new what you call pan. So I ordered a new kettle.
Yeah.
And I thought, as I said, it's gonna not necessarily replace this guy. This guy is now gonna be my mash tun.
Yeah, good idea.
Because it has a bigger volume. I can do it. Turn this to a mash tun. The kettle is going to be a kettle. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the grain out, put it in somewhere. Then I'm going to use. Then I'm going to pour this on top of it, kind of do a sparge.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because with this one here, I'll say cleaned it. On the bottom of it, you would see where, because on my stovetop, I got the grills. Has kind of got the lines or the middle.
Yeah.
And you would on the bottom you would see those lines.
Oh, the lines. Yeah.
So is that scorching my beer? Kind of like. So I got a kettle that's got the thicker bottom.
Yeah.
On it, so that's on its way. I'm going like, yay.
Yeah, I love that anvil one that I got. I'm just.
Yeah.
It's
so
just.
Yeah. So the kettle is just there's no valves, no nothing. It's just straight. It's got markings on it, so I know like okay, I can send me get my little stick and stick it in. I said, oh no, it's gonna be right there. It's got the markings. Okay, I'm gonna hit right there, and saves me 2 seconds, but hey, I'll take it.
yeah. That's one of the biggest advantages of having that anvil, having the increments in the pan, and you can see you can see what what the level is after you've done the mash. You can see the level after the boil. If you're hitting your targets. I think that because before I was doing something to you, I had a stick that I'd measured and dip it in and going right. That's 5 liters. That's 6 liters. Like Now I got the pan. It's like that's great now for doing it.
The only thing about this is it's great, but it's up to the very top. So I got little margin. I'm going like, oh, I'm gonna have to be on it for boil over. Like, oh, so that first one, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a mess. I know it.
Maybe a live brew day.
That's one. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Watch me boil over. And everyone's gonna be thinking I'm gonna be getting mad because I'm gonna get into kind of thing. So
it's gonna be interesting.
There's gonna be room. I'll be fine, but because it goes up to where we're 2 gallons for me, so it's probably what the 5 liter. Well, not 5 liters, but 8 liters. Kind of, and I'm actually going to be less than that, so I have wiggle room, kind of thing. So I'm gonna be fine, kind of thing. So I just wanted that bottom not to be just that thin for the thin middle of the pan.
When you're expected to?
I'm gonna get that next week.
So is that before your next brew?
Yeah, I'll have because the next brew, I'm kind of like I'm in limbo of if I'm gonna do it in 2 weeks or in a month.
Okay.
Because I got work kind of going on. I got work kind of going on, and that's kind of we got some strikes going on at work. I'm like, well, if we're not gonna do anything, I'll have time to brew. If not, I'm at work, then I'll have time to brew.
Yeah. What is your next brew planned? What is your next brew planned then?
Actually, so if I do the one in a couple weeks, that's going to give me my Sharkweiser. I'm gonna with our cool temperatures, I'm gonna brew that so I can set it aside. But if I don't do that, my next brew is going to be I'm going to do a dry Irish stout for a St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of thing. So,
I've just been looking. I just keep drooling over conical fermenters and 10 liters, and the uni brew. I'm like, God, that looks so good. But when you work it out and you get the pressure fermentation with it as well, I think it works out in the UK about £360 for a 10-litre stainless steel uni conical.
Yeah, I know. When we talked about that, and I found out that later on, I'm like, we found it. We finally found it for our size too. It's not like an oversized, like which we can use. But I mean, it's like, I'm going great. All of a sudden, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I'm in trouble because I have no way to control the temperature. I'm in trouble. I'm like,
I was also looking. Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was looking at is it called Keg King? Keg King have done like is it PP? They've done a plastic pressure fermentation sort of.
Oh, okay.
It's like a plastic one. And I was looking at that because obviously you get the Firmzillas for the bigger guys. And for us, it's a 10-litre one, but you basically the beer in it would be 8 litres max because you need the headspace. So I was looking at that, and over in the UK, it's $29.99. But I'm doing pressure fermentation in corny kegs now, so stainless steel, which is good. But the disadvantage of that is I can't see the levels. I can't see what's going on. That's the problem. And with the Firmzillas, you can see what's going on. So
that mini unit tank that I showed you, it's like because it's got that on the bottom where you can I can catch that yeast and I can read because it's kind of funny because I don't have to, you gotta work with it, but I know what you can do is you can actually, instead of having the elbow whatever kind of thing, okay, I'm gonna catch it, is that you have a glass goes up into the attachment. So then you open the lever and it dumps everything in. And so then you close it, then you just drop it. And so pretty much you don't have to decant anything because if you do it right, it's like all your jar is nothing but yeast. So it's like you don't have to clean it, don't have to do anything. It's put it away and go like, I keep going like, Well, also too, I was almost gonna buy me an all-in-one unit, and it's the Speedle one. I'm like, no, it's got that the 10-liter one, like, right up our alley. We just did this. Then I went down to see what the price was, and I went, nope.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like $2,700. I'm going like,
I was gonna say it's about $2,500 for a brewing system. What?
They go,
the beer that I brew on the stove's good enough. I'm not going to pay $2,500 just to brew the same beer.
And then you go to the bigger size, and going, it's like 200 more. I'm going like,
why?
Why?
Yeah.
It's like I'm going like.
I know. I suppose the disadvantages of doing the stovetop or the smaller batches for us is not being able to get the bigger brewers get, like the fermenting vessels. I mean that Unibrew one is great. Also, it's a fixing where you can put it on the wall. You could put it on the wall and just like, imagine that. Me in the UK, if I'm doing temperatures aren't for that.
All you have to do is, I said, in the top, all you is give me a coil, and I know they're out there, but it's just not for the size of that. I'm going like, I know they're out there for the Firmzillas or the monsters. That it's a coil. It's a tall, skinny coil that you just drop in.
That's right.
Oh, please! I'm going to make that one for that size. I'm going sold. I'm going I'm going because I have a one, but it's like I have too much dead space. I was like, I don't want to be I can't. I'm caught. I'm going like, okay, my yield's going to be either really low, or I'm gonna top it off with water and water it down, kind of thing. I was like, don't want to do that.
No.
We're talking about beer. Before beer.
We don't even know what we're talking about today. We've got a script. We just go with
know. Hey, we're drinking beer, so hey, guys, I mean,
yeah.
going like, yeah, whatever.
So like I say, at least since the last time we had our live chat, I've done 2 brews. I made sure I got 1 more brewing at the end of 23, and I've done 1 in 2024. And tomorrow will be my second one because of that mistake I said earlier. Well, it
wasn't really a mistake. You were too efficient.
Yeah. I didn't. I just didn't check the yeast thing, and that frustrated me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
You would think that Beersmith would have accounted for that.
Yeah. Like I say, the attenuation.
Or has the yeast evolved when he created that profile? Does it evolve that much since then?
Yeah, I know. Something about saying orange is beer.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's whoops. Now we're getting. We gotta have one of those. We gotta have one of those slipper joke in here. Come on.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to. Like I said, this pressure fermentation now in cornies is just what I have done as well is I did a oxygen-free transfer onto the dry hops. So what I've done there is basically put a little bit of gas onto the beer that had fermented, and then did an out link to another corny, and then just without touching the beer, pushed the beer into the empty corny, which had the pellets in for the dry hop.
Okay.
And I did a purge the other corny. Yeah. Well, actually, I filled it with sanitizer. Then I purged it out, dropped the pellets in on. You could see the CO2. Then did another purge of CO2, and so it's pretty much oxygen-free transfer.
Yeah, 99.9999999.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
It'd be interesting. So when I actually pour that beer, is there a difference? Is there a difference, or is it just a waste of time doing it?
Luke John's trying to do a Slurpee interpretation.
Oh no! The dad jokes are going out.
Yeah. So I'll probably my winter warmer. I get 1 more week, and probably about 3 weeks. I'll probably do a review on that. Because I wasn't going to do a review, but I actually found the beer style in the BJCP, so I kind of started my video already because I know how editing sucks.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I kind of started that process. So then I just get to review the beer and mesh it and do its thing.
Yeah.
So then I'm contemplating entering a competition. It's the American Homebrewers one, but that's like you have to register. Like I said, you register for it in next month, but then and then the beer's due like in May. So like, oh, I got time. Like, okay, and I got find my little calendar. Okay, competition beer here.
Like I said, I mentioned that regional one, and like I said, the interest had to be in by tomorrow, and I've already gone on my basement and put a date in. I think for like 17th of Feb, I think, to brew for that competition because that is in March. So what I'm going to do an IPA, and I'm going to do another Dunkelweizen for that. Well, one for the specialty category and one for the IPA category.
So I'm going to try to enter in this couple more home brewing competitions. But it was kind of funny is that not really funny, but it was interesting because I was at Master Homebrew. They have a sponsor that helps you ship your beer.
Okay.
They got this box and that you can get. I mean, it's for cans, bottles, and basically it's the packaging is basically custom made for your bottles because basically it's some kind of foam with cutouts and you slip your over the bottles. So that way, everything's all separated kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I was like, okay, that's because. So I was like, that was interesting. Oh, and the prices weren't too bad. Of course, if you order a lot of that, if you're doing a lot of competitions or sending beers around to other people, if we're not reusing kind of thing, I mean, it's cheaper obviously to reuse.
Yeah.
But it's like, so
Yeah.
that was kind of a little tidbit. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I think we're pretty much done here for today for our homebrew
Good.
chat.
Yeah.
I think it was a good day. Interesting to talk about competitions, AI, the development of some of the development characteristics of judging now. Also, we had a beer, a very good beer.
I quite like these the 8 o'clock kickoff time now because I can enjoy a beer and chat, and so can you. Hope not every time. I mean, going forward, are we still thinking about 8 o'clock? So is that going to fit in with you? It's more for you.
I think yeah. We'll probably remain with that unless something comes up. Then we'll say, okay, we'll go do our earlier one, or maybe. I mean, all depends. Kind of. It's not, obviously just stay tuned to the announcements. If you turn that bell on, kind of thing. Usually, I try to do a week ahead of time.
Yeah,
kind of thing. So,
and if we do carry on with some of the 8 o'clock shows, we'll try our best to get the same beer like we.
Yeah.
To have and
Yeah. No, definitely. So, I guess the next. So on that note, I don't know if there's any else going. Simo's not doing anything, is he?
I have no idea. I think was he out? I don't know. I've not checked, Kevin.
I mean, I can. Oh no, yeah, he is a little punk.
Oh, is he on?
Yeah.
Oh. No idea.
I've got this link in there, so I think we can go raid that one.
Yeah. We'll go and pester him in the comments.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. So this is good thoughts, and wait until I guess sometime probably. I mean, I guess in a month, obviously in February probably.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. And if we do another 8 o'clock one, and we we'll have a beer, it might be worth putting out in the community what beer, and if anyone wants to join us with that beer.
Yeah, true. We can do that too. Yeah,
along with us.
Yeah. So okay, no, this was a good chat, and until next time.
Cheers, Kevin. Cheers.